Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, if you've spent any time today watching the news or checking what the news is saying online, you'll probably find two most important, very, very serious things in the news today. One is that Joe Biden has, it's been discovered that he wears a CPAP. In fact, so much so that this morning you could see the marks on his face. I don't know if it's that big of a deal that he wears a CPAP, other than the fact that the White House is constantly trying to tell us of how amazing physical condition that he's in. That he runs circles around everyone, that the whole White House staff is constantly trying to chase him around because he moves so fast and he does so much that he outworks everyone there. But yet he has a CPAP machine. What's really disturbing is the fact that he must have only recently awakened when he was meeting the press this morning to have those marks still on his face, and that no one at the White House noticed that and did try to do anything apparently to keep that from happening. I don't know. The other thing in the news, so important, I'm sure all of you care so much about this. Madonna has been taken to the intensive care unit and she has been intubated. Apparently, they say it's because of a very serious bacterial infection. It wouldn't have to do with anything else or any other kind of, weird stuff that she might be doing, because we all know that, weird, right? If you don't care about those kind of things, maybe you will care about the other stuff in the news that actually really matters, that no one's probably talking about on any news service that you might watch. And that's a lot of things being talked about when it comes to money, finances, central bank digital currencies, and how the whole world is going through really a monetary reset. 130, which is about 98% of the world's countries, have now made some level of movement towards CBDC. They have either fully embraced it, and that's what they have. They're actively working on it, and they're soon to be developing it, or they're just saying that that's the direction that they're headed. So the vast majority of the planet is moving towards digital currency. So if there's anything in you that thinks that we will never see that here, you're probably mistaken, because it would be highly unlikely for the entire rest of the planet to switch over to central bank digital currencies and the United States not do it. It's just highly unlikely to happen. Also, HSBC, one of the largest banks in America, has said that America will in fact go into recession this year, and that Europe will go into recession next year. Now, most of you have probably felt like we've been in a pretty hard recession already for the last couple of years, and I would agree to that. So if they're saying we're going to go into a recession this year, how much worse is things going to get? I want to show you this video here. This is from Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve. He's kind of dancing around the subject, but he very clearly says that it's unlikely that the U.S. economy will become better soon, that most likely it's going to get a lot worse. Here, listen to this video clip.
In my view, the least unlikely case is that we do find our way to better balance without a really severe downturn. I think there's a significant probability that there will be a downturn as well, though, but it's not to me the most likely case.
That's the hard landing scenario.
Or just this, I wasn't even thinking of hard landing. I was thinking of even a recession. To me, it's not the most likely case, but it's certainly possible. And of course, many forecasters do predict that.
So we're headed towards a recession, which we've already been in a recession. It may not be a recession of Wall Street. The stock market keeps going up all the time, usually. It may not be a recession of the GDP, even though it has gone down a little bit here and there, and it's certainly not surging. But it's definitely, I would say, been a recession of Main Street, meaning that the average folks, you and I, us little common peasant people, we've been feeling a recession. We've been feeling a recession for a few years now with the increase in prices of food, increase in price of everything, and not really in relief. We've got tons more spending. The government just keeps adding more. Just recently, remember, they completely did away with the debt ceiling. Now they can just spend however much they want, and there's nothing holding them back. And while you may say, well, I don't know if that directly affects me, it does, because initially it devalues your currency. The more money the government prints, the less valuable the money that you have in your wallet is. And also, at some point, you're going to have to pay for it in taxes, at least part of it. And so you're going to see taxes increase, which also the Biden administration has pretty much said is going to happen. We're watching the whole country and really the whole world, like I said, go through a monetary reset. We're seeing drastic changes. And I think, personally, for this to happen, for them to switch us over, it's going to have to get bad. And so it's very possible that this recession that is being spoken of could very well be much worse than they're saying. They don't want people to panic. They don't want everyone to start pulling their money out of the stock market. Maybe some people might actually lose money. So they want to keep everyone really calm and say, yeah, we've been talking about a recession and stuff, and yeah, it's possible it could happen. That way, it very quietly kind of moves in. And then it's quite possible that this recession would be way worse than it's being predicted, which is typically what they do. They usually downplay it, and then it's way worse than they thought. It's only 15 days to flatten the curve. And if that happens, America could also be the next one on the chopping block when it comes to a monetary reset. Remember, the FedNow program starts July 1st, which is just a couple of days away, folks. July 1st, and they say that all that program is just a platform to move digital currency. It's not the digital currency itself, but there are some experts out there that say that that's actually not true, and that it is fully opening the doorway to allow central bank digital currency to happen here in this country. So maybe it's closer than we think. Maybe we'll be at war. Maybe we'll also throw in some economic collapses in the middle of the war. And they need some flush of cash because we're running out of it. And, well, one of those solutions is central bank digital currency. So it's quite possible. I think it's within the realm of possibility that something like this could actually start looking like a reality by the end of the year. I'm not saying that's what I think will happen. I'm saying that based on what we're seeing play out, I'd say it's within the realm of possibility. It may not be till the next year or so. But who knows? A lot of things change. A lot of things have changed just in the last few months. Just in the last days, a lot of things change. And so we need to be ready for that. We need to be ready because this, in the end, it's just another way of transferring wealth. Wealth from the low and the middle class to the elites. I talked about something today in a podcast that I'm producing. I am producing audio podcasts every week, and I did a 2-hour one this week. You can find that over at Locals. And I talked about the road to peasantry, and that's exactly what we're seeing with the Great Reset and the Agenda 2030 plan. And I kind of laid out the steps to get us to peasantry. And we're seeing that happen. We're seeing that happen every day with all the destruction of the family unit, the destruction of morality. We're seeing that you don't own anything, you can't have anything, you can't think and do anything without us controlling you. You don't get to have money the way you want it without it being controlled. And the whole world is just constantly in a turmoil and crisis. And it brings us down to a level to where there's a very, very distinct separation between all of the elites that own and control everything and the rest of us who just barely exist anymore. So I would encourage you to go over to Locals. There's a link down in the description below. You can sign up right now for $2 off. It's a $3 a month membership, which it's $3. I mean, even if you paid full price, it's $3. That's like less than a coffee, I think. I haven't bought a coffee in so long I wouldn't know, but I'm pretty sure those coffee places, they're $3+ for one coffee. And you can listen all month long. I put up videos every day. I put up podcasts every week. My wife writes articles. We sometimes do hour-plus long videos together talking about different subjects. Plus, every day I'm posting various different news things that come across the wire. So you're getting a lot for $3. On top of that, it is a community. So there's other people on there posting and talking and sharing ideas. So It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. Go over there and check it out if you would, so that you can listen to my new podcast. It will be up later this evening. I've still got some editing to do, and then of course uploading it. So it won't be there right away, but it will be there this evening. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And hopefully it wouldn't rise too much because I'm standing in the middle of it right now. Serious though, a lot of things are happening, and the monetary stuff, while it may not have been front page news for a while, it's been moving along pretty quickly. And I think we're not too far away from a very serious downturn when it comes to the economy. They downplay it, they try to keep it under wraps, but I think it's coming, and you better get ready for it. And getting your houses in order and preparing yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually is about the best way that you can stand to withstand this kind of stuff. So folks, get ready. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.